Hi. Wanted to talk today a little bit about rolling. And since rolling is very common in awareness and movement lessons in the Feldenkrais work, I wanted to make a little distinction and speak about rolling, ways of rolling, and the idea of twisting and what it means and how we can play with it and make it useful in our lives. Okay? So if you like, please get down to the floor and join me. If you don't, just watch and pace yourself as you come to play with it on your own. We're going to go through things a little bit quickly. We're not going to spend too much time on any one thing, but you're welcome to join me. So as always, I like to start with a quick scan just to investigate the relationship, my relationship with the floor, how gravities can show me things about differences between the two sides, places in my back that make clear contact with the floor, okay. You can take a little longer. This was quick, but it's something. Come onto your side, please. And I will start with an arm under my head, even though in this specific lesson the arms are asked to be in front of you. You can also just put some padding under your head to support yourself. So this lesson begins with placing the left arm, the top arm, right, the top arm, in front of you and lifting it. And as you lift the top arm, you can begin to observe the work of lifting it, right? What does it take to lift the arm? And you can lift it very small to see the work of the muscles, right? Now there's another way of lifting the arm, which is by engaging your chest and your upper thoracic spine, and by letting the head join in with the movement, right? And that would look more something like this. This is very, very different. If I connect my face and eyes to the arm, and I let those ribs under me, the ribs on the right side, if I feel how they roll on the floor, then there is no differentiation between the arm and the chest and the head and the neck. They all roll as one piece. I can leave the arm here and roll. That's a very, very different way of rolling, right? Slide the hand on the floor. And as you can see, this is rolling, right? It's very similar, the rolling on my ribs on the right side. But the arm is very passive, lengthens and shortens passively on the floor. And the constraint we're creating here is different, is a constraint regarding the relationship of the arm and the chest. And if this relationship remains the same, then as I roll, the arm lifts. So I'm not lifting the arm, I'm just creating the constraint of no differentiation between the chest, the head, and the arm. Okay? So this is one little distinction that I'd like to make. Now, if you notice, my knees and legs, my pelvis, and everywhere down below is stationary, which means that as I roll, either this way or that way, I can keep the knees where they are. And if I keep the knees where they are, it's a twist. My spine here, the bottom of my spine is facing this front. But as I roll back, my chest changes. My spine is now facing this way. And if I roll my head further to look at the ceiling, this part of my spine, the spine that is connected to my head, my upper cervical spine, is actually pointing this way, while the bottom part of my spine in the pelvis is facing this way. And that's a 90-degree twist, okay? So that's very significant. Now, I may choose to do it differently. I may choose to lift that knee right away at the beginning of rolling back. And what does that do? See, this creates a global roll, no twisting, or at least no obvious twisting. Of course, there are tiny twists in a very complex organization of the entire spine and body, but in general, I can also, by the way, use my hand on my head to make this easier, lift the knee, and sort of roll as one piece or as a log forward and back. Very little, if any, twisting. Okay? So this is the first thing I wanted to show you. If you're struggling keeping this relationship going of the arm and face connected as you roll back, and I will do this for a moment without supporting my head so that my head is more relaxed here on the floor. And as I do this, I connect my head to my face. I'm sorry, my head to my hand. And I can feel that my knee wants to separate here. And if I let it, I can continue to move. And this way, once again, either with the knee lifting or not, creates a lack of differentiation between the cervical and the thoracic, the upper thoracic spine. Okay? So, just some thoughts about rolling and the specifics of how we twist our spine. I mean, we really twist our spine nonstop as we move around and walk, right? For some of us, it's a little bit more natural. For some of us, it's a little bit more limited. But yeah, I'd like you to play with it, to maybe investigate it initially in lying down, and then maybe begin to look for spine twists in upright, in walking, in sitting, in functioning throughout your day. All right? So play with it, experience it, share with me what your thoughts, your experiments, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.